So when you look up at the sky on a clear day, do you ever wonder what's beyond all that beautiful blue? Well, there's a group of students at the University of Delaware who are wondering that very same thing. And guess what? They built a probe that was recently carried from NASA Wallops Flight Facility into the great blue beyond.
Yeah, and joining us is their mentor, Ben Maruca. He is assistant professor at University of Delaware. Ben, thanks for being here this afternoon.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here.
So what made you decide, or what sparked your desire to send a probe into space?
Well, that's part of my research, and I really wanted to give some students the opportunity to do this. So the program is called RockSat. It's a national program. They've, for over a decade now, have been annually launching a sounding rocket carrying experiments designed and built by university students from across the country. And my group of students we decided to build a probe that would study the ionosphere, the upper part of Earth's atmosphere.
So tell us about the probe. This is fascinating.
So
this is it, the whole thing?
Well, the electronics would be inside. I didn't bring those.
Inside the rocket, okay.
But that's the actual probe itself. So that plate would be flush with this would be flush with the skin of the rocket.
Right.
And then the probe is the black thing. It's actually just a metal rod coated in a special graphite paint that's electrically conductive, because the ionosphere, as the name would imply, is ionized. The
So
molecules,
it's charged
yeah, they're charged.
Okay.
So you're measuring the electrical properties so that you can work out the density and the temperature at different altitudes and study the layers. Because that probe is going to experience quite a bit of drag as it's passing through the atmosphere very fast, up to Mach 4. We decided to go for a little tube. You can't really see it for the epoxy, but it's made out of synthetic sapphire.
Wow. That's very interesting. So tell us about the process of designing this.
So it was supposed to take place in 1 year, but because of the pandemic, last year's launch was first postponed and then canceled altogether. So we flew last month instead. It was certainly very disappointing, but it was also an advantage because it allowed the students more time to work on their design. They really designed all aspects of the project. They designed all the electronics and designed custom circuit boards that they then built up and tested and calibrated. That probe was actually designed by the students themselves as well. And there was a lot of benchtop testing, and also all the software that first runs the system and then analyzes the data on the ground.
Did you get data back that you could take a good look at?
We did. They look amazing. We weren't sure what to expect. This is the first time that we've done this type of instrument at the University of Delaware, and it was a little nerve-wracking waiting for those data. And then when we saw them, I mean, I don't mind saying that I actually teared up a little bit. I was so proud of these students.
Oh my goodness.
And
what about them?
great.
How did they feel?
Yeah.
They were just so excited. And so they're now starting to look through the data and analyze them.
So what can you do with the data that you're going to get from this?
Well, one of the things we're looking at is sort of building up a map of density and temperature of the ionosphere as a function of altitude. You know, that will tell you something about the structure. So the ionosphere, it isn't uniform at all. It comes in distinct layers. And also, it changes quite a bit. Layers will merge together or break apart or disappear altogether depending on time of day.
So that can have a lot of effect on us here on the planet.
Oh yeah, I mean, and the ionosphere is this is a broader topic of space weather. You know, we're a spacefaring society, and even if you're not a billionaire going into space, you're
still in space.
Well, I mean, we carry around GPS-enabled devices all the time these days.
Okay.
You're connected to space, basically. Ben Maruca, assistant professor at the University of Delaware. Fascinating stuff there. Thank you for bringing this to us.
I don't guess I can use this as an antenna on my Jeep. So Ben,
a very expensive antenna.
Very expensive antenna. Yeah, buddy.